So how do we master the gratitude attitude? What in life do you feel is coming to you? Health? A good job? Children? A peaceful retirement? Check yourself out. If you're like all of us, you probably have a whole list of things you feel entitled to. And if you don't get them, you feel cheated. If you're unable to take a vacation or buy the home you've dreamed of, or then life has robbed you of something you're entitled to. We live in a society that feeds our entitlement attitude. Compare the Bill of Rights, which focuses on our entitlements, to the Torah, which focuses on our responsibilities and obligations. Life owes us nothing. The entitlement attitude says, life owes me something, or people owe me something, or God owes me something. You know, if you're into entitlement because the result leaves you constantly feeling angry, resentful, or frustrated. If you believe that someone owes you something and that person doesn't come through, you feel angry. You feel you've been ripped off and cheated of what is rightly you deserve. But entitlement is a lie. It's a perversion of reality. There's nothing in the universe that states you deserve to live a long, happy, and successful life. My feelings of entitlement are born from within my own mind. Objectively speaking, there's no basis for such claims that anything is coming to us. Lo magia li klum, as we say in Hebrew, nothing is coming to me. Even though Judaism maintains that God created us for pleasure and wants us to have pleasure, we should still not feel entitled to getting what we always desire. This is because everything good we do get must be looked at as a gift. Understanding this creates an awareness that the source of all good is Hashem Almighty. This understanding that everything is a gift forms the basis of our relationship with God. Judaism also looks at bad as coming from God and should ultimately be viewed as a gift because there's a good to it, whether it's a correction for our soul or Hashem lovingly adjusting our IOUs so that we don't have to suffer in the next world. There are many things we feel entitled to. For example, aren't we entitled to have people treat us fairly, with sensitivity and with respect? Where is that written? The truth is that any kindness we receive from others is always a gift. What about marriage? This is an area of life where people have so many unrealistic expectations. What do you think your spouse owes you? Financial support? Emotional support? Is he or she the one who's supposed to make you happy for the rest of your life? How often I teach my students and clients that you should be able to be happy from within yourself and that anything that comes from your spouse is but a bonus. Your spouse owes you nothing. Rabbi Dessler, the famous philosopher and Musar giant of the 20th century who was in England, emphasizes this point in his great classic book, Strive for Truth, when he said, when demands begin, love departs. Again, let me repeat that. When demands begin of our spouse, love departs. If we would focus on our responsibilities to our spouses and what we can do to make them happy, our marriages would be so much more fulfilling. Focus on what you are not getting than you feel entitled to, and your marriage will be painful. A distinction must be made between the legitimacy of entitlement in an absolute sense and our legitimate claim to seek justice. The gratitude attitude. Eliminating entitlement from your life and embracing gratitude is spiritually liberating. Gratitude is the recognition that life owes me nothing, and all the good that I have is but a gift from God. My eyes are a gift. So is my wife or my husband, my clothes, my job, and every breath that I take. This is a major shift from the entitlement mode. Recognizing that everything good in life is ultimately a gift is the fundamental truth that we must internalize. To speak of seeing everything good we have as a gift leads us to confront the reality of a giver and the source of all good, and that is none other than the master of the universe, God. Gratitude is where we begin to experience God in a powerfully personal way. Thank you is the simplest and one of the most powerful prayers a person can offer to Hashem. If you can say thank you, you can connect with God and begin to develop a personal relationship with Him. A powerful, although tragic example of someone who mastered the gratitude attitude was a great Jewish woman named Bruria. The story of Bruria is told in the Talmud. Bruria and her husband Rabbi Meir had two sons who both died one Friday afternoon before Shabbat. Bruria decided not to tell her husband of the tragedy until after Shabbat, since according to Jewish law, one is not permitted to mourn or have a funeral on Shabbat. There was nothing they could do until after Shabbat, so she kept the information to herself and allowed her husband to enjoy the day, explaining where the boys were the least of her challenges. When Shabbat was over, this is how Bruria broke the horrible news to her husband. She asked him a legal question. My dear husband, what is the proper course of action if one person borrows 2 jewels from another and the original owner requests the return of the jewels? He replied with the obvious answer that one is obligated to return the loan upon demand. She then took her husband to the attic where the 2 dead sons lay and said, God has requested that we return the loan of our 2 jewels, my dear husband. Birya teaches us a potentially life-transforming lesson. Everything we have in this world, ladies and gentlemen, is on loan. Everything is but a gift. My ears are on loan. My health is on loan. My children are on loan. Everything is a loan that is given as a gift. What have we done that we could claim we earned life, that we earned health, that we earned financial success or children? We've done nothing. As we've mentioned earlier, when we internalize this truth, we become spiritually liberated. This is the key to internalizing the gratitude attitude. Once we understand that everything is a gift, we can begin to feel gratitude towards God, the source of all good, and grow closer to Him in an authentic, joyful way.